and welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Grenada versus Bahamas in the 2026 CONCACAF World Cup Qualifiers Round 2 Group B. A game between two teams hoping to get some out of this table. For Group B, Grenada and Bahamas. If Grenada wants any chance to qualify to the third round, they have to win. Bahamas as well. Barbados, Aruba just ended 1-1. Montserrat just beat Belize 1-0. Dominica beat the British Virgin Islands 3-0 earlier today. Of course, of the 4 games played today. 2 other games being played right now. Bermuda, Cayman Islands, and St. Vincent versus Anguilla as well. So, let's keep an eye on those as well. And starting 11s are as follows for Grenada. In goal, we have Chad Philippe. Chad Philippe. We have Kane Vincent Young, Parish Muirhead, Roman Charles Cook, Caden Harak, Siobhan John Brown, Jermaine Francis, Regan Charles Cook, Aaron Pierre, Kashan Francois, and Darius Johnson for the Bahamas. In goal, we have Vance Wheaton, Junior Kelly, Jonathan Miller, Kevin Thomas, Lance Carroll. The midfield 3, William Gardner, William Bales, Lothario Mifries, Jordan Cheatham, Lopez, and Lamont Cross up top. How we doing, Dylan? World Cup qualifiers are back. We're back for World Cup qualifiers, the second part of the round, the second round, of course. June 12th will be the draw for the third round, which will happen September, October, November. And then the top teams of all 3 groups will move on to the World Cup automatically. The 2 best second-place teams will go to the playoff. But that's this fall. We're on our way to see how at least the first couple of games of this window play around, because Canada plays on the final day of the window at the same time of all the games. So that's awesome. How we doing, Henry? We'll be here for the draw, though. We'll talk about how things went down, of course. But we're ready to go. We're here. We have a draw, or we have a game. And then we'll have a day off. World Cup qualifiers on Friday, Canada on Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, we have the Nations League final, which we know Portugal made the final. We'll see tomorrow if France or Spain make the final. Yeah, I don't know either. Penguins don't look so good. We expected that, though. All right, we're on our way. We'll have a review of this game once it's over, of course, and we'll be on our way. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Bahamas to kick off. Grenada wearing the green. Bahamas wearing the yellow with a teal stripe. Teal sash. And we're off. Grenada loves to play some open football. Even if they're playing a team they shouldn't be playing open football against. So we should be in for a good game. Playing forward. Here they go. Here's a chance. Ball crossed in. Blocked away. It stays in. Wow. Smart play. Grenada's a team who's not afraid of anybody, for better or for worse. And that'll be a free kick. Free kick. Basically a mini corner. A little bit closer in. Grenada played open football against the USA in Grenada. Yeah, that didn't end well. They're not afraid of anybody. Let's see if that stayed the same. Here's a free kick for Grenada. Games on YouTube, CONCACAF Go in North America. Caribbean Flow, I would guess. Flow Sports. Are fans restricted or something? No. It's just they're not there. Cross in. Which sucks. It's a World Cup qualifier. And the ball drops in front of the defender. I don't know why you wouldn't go, but I haven't heard anything about Grenada, their fans being restricted from the stadium, so it sucks there's barely any fans there, if any. It's a World Cup qualifier. One that means a lot. Again, let's remind that if Grenada wins this game, they're right back in it. They're right back into contention to advance. Trinidad and Tobago will play St. Kitts and Nevis. Grenada will as well for their Trinidad's third match of the group. St. Kitts and Grenada play each other for their, Grenada's fourth on the final day. So, 238. That's a shame. I agree. Like, it's a World Cup qualifier that if Grenada wins it, they're back in it. Trinidad's on 4 points. Grenada will be on 4 points if they win. So, top 2 teams per group advance to the third round. So, they're back in it if they win. So, why aren't you there? That's my big thing. It looks bad. It really does to not be there if you're a Grenada fan. It's in Grenada. Friday, we have Trinidad versus St. Kitts. We'll be live for that one. And then after that, we will be live for Guatemala versus the Dominican Republic and review that game as well. So 2 lives, 1 review on Friday. We have a day off tomorrow because some reason we do. Saturday, we're doing the Canada game at 2. Bahamas, Costa Rica, and Belize, Panama don't look so appetizing to me, so we'll just do the Canada game on Saturday. Sunday, we got the Nations League final, UEFA Nations League final. Again, Portugal already made it. Cristiano Ronaldo scored on Germany. I thought Germany was getting better. And then we have every game from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, June 10th, the final day of this round. We'll keep an eye on the results from like 7 to 9 for the Canada during the Canada game. But we'll do in the Canada game on Tuesday, so against Ivory Coast. So cross in. Oh. Then on the 12th, there'll be the draw for the third round. So basically, I'll make everything work. Well, of course, he should be. He knows what it's like to win a cup on that panel. Henrik hasn't won a cup has he? I know, Biz has won a Calder Cup, but he didn't win the Stanley Cup. Ace Carter, he may have won a cup. I don't think so. Nobody remembers it. Henrik, he's probably the closest one to winning a cup, and I don't think he did. Wasn't that like the big talk about Henrik? He never won anything. Henrik was really close in 14. He didn't win, though. He's got blackmail in the FMF. He has to. I don't know. I don't know how he keeps getting invited. Am I on time? You didn't miss anything. 6 minutes in. I know, Pacharo. I know she did. 6 minute. Grenada playing forward. They got the bulk of the play so far, which I'm not surprised about. Ball crossed in. top of the box, or very far from the top of the box. Grenada tries. You could have crossed it like a second, like 10 seconds ago. Okay. All right. Bad. A little bit sloppy. They have the possession, a lot of it, but they're a little bit sloppy. Got to be better than that. Got to be better than that. Got to be better than that. Yeah, Caribbean is Flow Sports. ESPN has CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers in the Netherlands. Why do they have rights for it? Netherlands. Is it because like Suriname, I guess? That would make sense. I guess. Curacao and Suriname, probably. Playing forward, top of the box. Grenada still has it. I mean, that would make sense. For better or for worse, it would make sense. Playing forward. Eight minutes in. Grenada has a throw-in. Bahamas can hold possession long. Huh. 2-1 Portugal against Germany. Rogers has received all league approvals, NBA, NHL, MLS, and CFL to take 75% ownership of MLSC and Raptors, Leafs, TFC, and Argos. The last step of the deal to close is approval from the CRTC on indirect ownership of NBA Canada. And that's going to be a save from Bahamas. Because, I don't know, she got released and she felt hard done by, I guess, which I wouldn't say she was, but okay. I don't understand why she feels hard done by, but okay. Throw in. I heard about it. I saw like the clip. I didn't watch the show. Nice. Playing forward. 10 minutes in. That'll be a free kick for Bahamas. How we doing? I have a Bahamas fan here. They're not looking too good. Definitely going against the run of play, but, well, they haven't been scored on yet. So it could be worse. Could be worse. Definitely have the run of play against them, but who knows? Grenada's been sloppy, though, so just because you have possession doesn't mean you do anything with it. As I've said before, possession doesn't matter. In football, possession isn't 9/10 of the law. Going to the net is the law. Going to the net is the law in football. If you have the ball and you go to the net, that matters. If you're going to just play the ball around for 90 minutes, okay, it's not. Possession's not 9/10 of the law. Pressing is the law. Going to the net is the law. Scoring. Tough defense. The longer you hold on to the ball, honestly, the less likely you're going to score. Frankly, in my opinion, at least. Yeah. Yeah, Club World Cup's a once in a lifetime, maybe twice in a lifetime situation. It's possible, though. I've heard the big Club World Cup, they might just bring back the big Club World Cup to the USA for the next run. Because, again, they'd have to be unfair to some of the hosts of the 2030 World Cup. And they might just put it back in the USA. So it might be a twice in a lifetime thing. And then by the time they do another USA World Cup in 2038, because of what they pulled with 2030 and 2034, very likely there's going to be another CONCACAF World Cup in 2038. There will, very likely. I think it's impossible that it wouldn't be, because UEFA would be out of it. Here's a shot. Wide by Grenada. Because to think about it, UEFA would be out of it because of 2030. CONMEBOL would be out of it because of 2030. Africa would be out of it because of 2030. Asia would be out of it because of 2034. There's no way OFC hasn't. If Australia can't be part of it, New Zealand's not going to host a World Cup. So OFC is out of it just because of that reason alone. Especially a 48, 64 team World Cup because of the bullshit they want to pull. If they're going to do it once for 2030, you really think they're going to go back to 48? Yeah, sure. I have a bridge to sell you. So, yeah, no, it probably be 2038 World Cup probably will be back in the U.S. or be in Mexico. I don't see Mexico doing a World Cup by themselves, though. I really don't see Canada doing a World Cup by themselves. Could I see the USA doing one by themselves in 2038? Yeah. Could I see the USA teaming up with one of the two? Yeah. Do I think they're going to do another United World Cup freaking 12 years later? No. That just shows you how corrupt everything is. But then again, who knows? FIFA's corrupt anyway. So they might. It might be Canada, Mexico. Goal! 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 Goal for Grenada. That's 1-0. What a header. What a header. What a header by Francis. The goal is scored by Jermaine Francis. Ball crossed in, and what a header. Cross in by Regan Charles Cook. Francis with a goal. And that's 1-0. Goal for Jermaine Francis, 14th minute. Well-worked play, but that was coming. The way this game was going, that was coming. 14th minute, 1-0. That was coming the way this was going. Yeah, that sounds like a good match. Atletico's going to get stomped out, but that sounds like a good match. But again, cool. Cool. Should be awesome to be at the Rose Bowl. Well, yeah, but that's what you have to do is if you're the player, you take advantage of the goalkeeper putting himself on an island. But again, where was the rest of the defense, though? It seemed like there was nobody there. There had to be because he was onside, but there was nobody there. Like, that was horrible positioning. Like, the fact that it looked like there was nobody there on that header, even though he was onside, because he was, is horrible. That just tells you your positioning is I don't know what we're trying to do. You've lost your mind. I think everybody was on an island. Yes. Yes, I can't do it now. Fair. Dude, the game's on the 14th. That's 10 days from now. I'm not a time traveler, and I don't control the schedules. Ball crossed in for Grenada. That's out for a corner. For Grenada. I don't control the schedules. I control the channel schedule, this channel schedule, but I follow the schedules of what they put out. I can't do nothing about it, and I don't time travel either, so. Back to the Future, Ryan. 1.21 gigawatts. Somebody give me a DeLorean. Hello, McFly. Yeah, it is. Cross in. Header. Shot saved. Because that bounced. Bahamas are lucky that bounced. They're lucky that bounced. Great movie. I agree. I love Back to the Future. I love that movie. I love that movie. 1 and 2 especially. 3, But, oh. Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies. 1 and 2, I can't say the series because 3 is kind of 1 and 2, 3 wasn't even that bad. I said I didn't say bad. But 1 and 2 definitely way better. Grenada has the ball. I mean, I should compare it, but I will. It's like Back to the Future 3 is like Twilight, New Moon. Okay? Twilight, New Moon is a good movie. It's not as good as the original Twilight, Eclipse, or both Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. It doesn't hit the mark, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I understand New Moon a lot more now. I didn't like it as much when I was younger, but it still sort of drags, even though I kind of understand it now and I don't totally hate the storyline. It still drags, though. It still drags, comparatively. Yes, I'm a twihard. Blame my mother. Yes, ESPN Netherlands has the rights to broadcast CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, Nations League games, Surinamese and Curacao Community Asport. They delivered. To be fair, Aruba and Bonaire. We're also colonies in the Netherlands. What's up? How we doing? I knew I shouldn't have, but I said I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. I knew that was a bad idea, but I did it anyway. It's not the first time. Probably won't be the last. Seems like August. Go Big Ol'. If you're going to blame anybody, blame my mother. Terrible finishing by Grenada. Yeah, they should be up like 2 or 3 by now, to be fair. #21st minute. Yeah, they really should be up 2 or 3 by now. Like, they've had the bulk of the possession, the bulk of the shots. The only reason they're up 1-0 is the Bahamas goalkeeper lost his mind. Hey. She's a saint. Don't. Tomorrow, no. Friday we have World Cup qualifiers. Trinidad versus St. Kitts, and then Guatemala, Dominican Republic on Friday, and then Canada plays on Saturday. And then Sunday, nothing tomorrow though. And then Sunday, the Nations League final, because it's a UEFA final, might as well. The UEFA finals did better than I expected this year, which is surprising. Cross in. Oh my God. Now, I blame that one on the Bahamas. They actually defended that somewhat well. Oh my God. Grenada. I don't think that'll happen because the Bahamas have barely had any chances at goal and it's 1-0. So, I mean, the only way you do is if Grenada just keeps edging the goal and then somehow Bahamas scores one against the run of play, which I still think that second part's unlikely. Now, Grenada missing chances and just doing the football equivalent to edging, that they might still do. Bahamas scoring, nah. You don't want to watch us play versus Puerto Rico? It's more like, don't y'all play Tuesday? Y'all play St. Kitts. And then, hold on. Suriname versus Puerto Rico. The problem is Trinidad's, I know that gets me a lot of views. And they play an hour and a half after Suriname plays. So I'll probably be watching the game, and I'll probably have it on the other screen. And the second half, yeah, sure. But Trinidad, I don't know if you've noticed, but that gets me a lot of views. Like, covering Trinidad gets me a lot of views. Like, it's wild. It's kind of like Morocco. It's like when I do a Morocco game live. It's like, I know that'll get a good amount of views because the Moroccans love me for some reason. Also, Al Ali. Also, whenever an Al Ali game is played, that does really well is good. That also does really well a lot. So there are things that I know does really well. It's not that I don't want to watch y'all play. It's that I know Trinidad will do better on numbers. It's a business decision. I'll be watching y'all game, but I got to go what gives me the better numbers, especially when, well, June started really well. But this year's been kind of laggy a bit. Fair point. Yeah, the bad thing about Tuesday is Canada plays Tuesday night, so that's more of a personal decision. The Trinidad decision's a business decision. The Canada game's more of a, that's my team. It's a personal decision. Will it do good? Probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you should, but do what you got to do, man. Okay, fair enough. As long as you understand. Exactly. Okay, as long as you understand. Ball crossed in. Aye. Bring the ball down. Now you could say, then why'd you choose Grenada? I love how they play. Well, they normally play open. Well, they are playing openly. They're just missing everything. They're just missing everything. I chose Grenada today because, well, one, I had to do a qualifier today. And second of all, they play openly. They're a team who's unafraid of anybody, even though they're playing a team they're better than. Hold on. Well, FIFA rankings don't mean anything, but they're better than Bahamas. Yeah. Cross in, header. It's not like they're playing the USA. But they're playing a team they're better than, so they would be playing openly anyway. But there's a lot of CONCACAF teams when they play Canada, USA, or Mexico, they just park the bus, whether they're at home or on the road. Grenada doesn't do that. I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for them. I have a lot of respect for Grenada because they're not afraid of the big dogs or teams that are bigger than them. They just play football. They may lose, but you're going to lose to the big dogs anyway. You might as well play. You might as well play instead of not. If you're going to lose, you might as well go down on your sword than parking the bus. Yeah, they're playing at Kidani James Athletic Stadium in Grenada. Yep. Their national stadium. But there's no fans. I don't see anybody there, which is sad. Which is sad because it's a World Cup qualifier that puts you back into things if you win. Why are you not there? Why are you not there? I'm not too damn sure. I don't see anybody there for a World Cup qualifier. Like, dude, you're waiting for them to get to the third round. Yeah, they're going to have some good games. 27th minute. That's like, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. There's like an F3 race where there's like a big Italian young prodigy driving at freaking Monza wide. And like nobody goes to see him drive. Like, what are you doing? Well, technically, those F3 races and F2 races, feature races are on the same day as the F1 race. That's fair enough. He obviously will Pacharo, exactly. 28th minute. Yeah. Some of the Caribbean islands are more fans of cricket than football. But, yeah. Hell, you have the West Indies team, which is a group of teams. Which, smart play. Putting countries together to play on a team. But, yeah. You would think some of these countries would do that in football, but, well, you would think. Okay, no, there is 2 people there. Okay. 2 people. Yeah. Also helps Grenada goes for it. Again, they don't park the bus. I've never seen Grenada park the bus. I respect that because if you're going to park the bus against teams better than you, how are you ever going to win? How are you ever going to truly grow? I don't think you do. Like, you might be the underdog, but parking the bus doesn't help you grow. Playing the game helps you grow. You might lose, sure. But temporary pain for long-term gain, right? I think that's what makes sense. Like, cross in. So parking the bus makes you lose 4-0 instead of 7-0. What does that really do? They're not. The only reason it's 1-0 is Grenada's missing everything. Except the header. They're acting like the damn net's the Death Star. There's only one place to put it. I hope they lose the cup. Go Big Ol'. The problem is El Salvador's gone through a lot of shit. I don't know what to say about El Salvador. You know, like, they have gotten better, but there was a time where it took them a year to win a football match. El Salvador's really fallen off, but they've gotten better, but I can't say if they're back yet. I'm not too sure. They're bipolar at this point. They might be. Oh, wait, they also got rid of another manager for no reason. And they were sort of coming back up then. So they might be. They might be solid. I think Suriname will give them a run for their money. I could see it. Like, El Salvador is not the same El Salvador of, hell, 2021. No. Gold Cup 21, we thought they were turning a corner. Hugo Perez, we thought they were turning a corner. They pissed him off. He walked away. They got a big defensive system out of it. And then it's like, can't really tell you how. They don't look too good. It's not too good. So we'll see what happens. But playing forward. Cross in. Doesn't hit a Grenadian foot. That'll be a goal kick. Yes, they're going to the English Championship, Wrexham. They went up. They finished second in League One. So, yes. They're going up, yes. And I hope they go up to the Premier League. Trying to figure this out. Ball crossed in. Headed away. .34th minute. Hey, you know what? Oh. I'll say what I just read. I like that. I like that y'all are overconfident. Oh, I figured that out when you played Canada the first time. Oh, no. I figured that out when you played Canada in 2021. No, yeah, you're overconfident, but I love it. Y'all weren't afraid of Proto-Canada. And then they beat your ass. And then they went to the World Cup. And then y'all had a chance to get your revenge. And then Canada was close down in Suriname. Then in Toronto, they beat your ass. Y'all were still overconfident about that one, though. But I thought that one was more deranged than the first time. YouTube. CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Cool. Come on, Wrexham. With Toronto, yes. If he doesn't win with the Oilers this year, next year he's come to Toronto in 2026 free agency. And he's going to win one with the Leafs. I believe that. See, I agree with that 100%. Playing forward. Here comes Grenada. You can't miss this one. Oh, goal! It went in! Just inside the post. 2-0 Grenada. Wow. And that's a goal from Johnson. Darius Johnson makes the run and slots it home just inside of the post. I thought that was going to go wide. Right, because that's what the whole game's been. But he beats a defender, just bounces it past and rolls it into the post. 2-0. Johnson. Darius Johnson scores. "35th minute. 2-0. Grenada has the lead, and that's probably going to be enough. Bahamas smell. The Leafs will be a winning team with him. Who's playing? Grenada and Bahamas. He's not going to go to Florida. That'd be the most KD-like move ever. He ain't going to Florida. By KD, I mean Kevin Durant. Not Kraft. Not Kraft mac and cheese. It's called KD in Canada, Kraft mac and cheese. For the people who don't know. Kraft mac and cheese is called KD in Canada. By KD, I mean Kevin Durant. That'd be the most Kevin Durant move since Kevin Durant. He ain't going to Florida. Connor McDavid has a heart. No, they'll play it out. And torture us in the process. They'll play it out and torture us in the process. What's your favorite mac and cheese? Ooh. Homemade or boxed? See, because that's a different answer. Well, I mean, homemade is better than boxed, but homemade's... I like testing homemade recipes. Homemade mac and cheese is the best. Of course. I like testing homemade recipes, but most of them are good. Now, boxed-wise, Easy Mac. Homemade is way better, I agree. Go big ol'. But there's multiple mac and cheese recipes I've tested homemade. They're all pretty good. Can't really say a favorite there, but yeah, homemade's the best. But if you're like me, where I don't have much time when I have a full-on schedule, Easy Mac works well. Easy Mac works well. I also like the Velveeta, like cheeseburger mac, like those 1 minute 30 microwavable ones. Those are good too. Like when you're like me and you have barely any time to really cook when your schedule's full, you know, those are good. When I have time to cook, mostly the winter and sometimes like September. Mostly the international breaks when I'm not doing anything, which this year they're going to be busy anyway. So mostly the winter. Yeah, I cook a good bit. Then February, things get crazy. March, that isn't so bad. March, yeah. April, well, you tell. Sometimes it's crazy. It depends on how far the Leafs go. May, if the Leafs don't go far, other than that, June normally is crazy. 40th minute. We have Kraft. We have Velveeta, which really is just Kraft, but cream sauce instead of powder. We have there's like a Guinness brand. Like there's been like Guinness mac and cheese. I really didn't like that. I might try it again in my own pots, but I didn't like the tartness of it, but I tried it once. I didn't really like it. There's a Cheetos mac and cheese. I tried that as well. I didn't really like it. Like, I like Cheetos, but Cheetos mac and cheese, no. Kraft, Easy Mac is Kraft. Velveeta's Kraft. Trying to think here. Of course. Pastaroni is its own thing. I mean, of course, Great Value. The Walmart brand. Of course, there's that. I can't think of anything else, really. Kraft, sub-brands of Kraft, Great Value, and then some artisan versions like that Guinness one. I don't even remember what brand made it. I just know it was like Guinness flavored. Oh, yeah, Cheetos mac and cheese, which is that an offshoot of Kraft? I'm not sure. Probably is, though. I don't live in Florida. I'm not the one who lives in Florida. Will I ever try Publix mac and cheese? Possibly. I'd say it's very likely at some point I try it. You know, I'd say it's very likely at some point I try it, but I'm not the one who lives in Florida. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? I'm not the one who lives in Florida. Why are you looking at me? Somebody I care about deeply lives in Florida, but I'm not the one who lives in Florida. Header. Yeah, it wasn't that good. See, I don't like hot Cheetos either. I just like Cheetos Puffs and regular Cheetos. Yeah. 40 minutes till puck drop. YouTube. CONCACAF's YouTube channel or Flow in the Caribbean. Yeah. Flow Sports in the Caribbean. Just VPN and use CONCACAF's YouTube channel. That works. 44th minute. Yeah. If you're not in the Caribbean or wherever else there has another contract to carry it. Took them way too long to put it on. Exactly. Cheetos regular, Cheetos Puffs, those are good. I don't like hot Cheetos, no. I don't. Also, another one you probably disagree with, I prefer Cool Ranch Doritos over the nacho cheese Doritos. Do with that what you will. 45th minute. I prefer Cool Ranch Doritos. That's also probably an unpopular take, but fair enough. 45th minute. Stoppage time 2 minutes. I'm down with that. Okay, I was like, yeah. Cheetos is good. I like Cheesies the most. It's almost the same as Cheetos, but it's from Trinidad or Jamaica. 45th minute, 30 seconds. Like, I also like boiled peanuts. Boiled peanuts are awesome, but I don't like the spicy bowl. I don't like the spicy bowl. I like the normal bowl, like the salty bowl, the salty brine, like peanut patch, boiled peanuts. Have you ever seen those cans? Yeah, I like those. I prefer the salty brine, the normal brine, not the natural ingredients. I didn't have hot Cheetos. I'm trying to think if I had regular Cheetos from Mexico when I was in Mexico, but that was 20 years ago. I know I drank a Fanta in Mexico. I know I did that. I know I also had Mexican McDonald's. I also know I did that. I also remember the damage that Hurricane Emily did to Playa del Carmen. I remember that vividly. I don't remember the Cheetos. So I guess I didn't. As if I remember everything else vividly. I guess I didn't have Cheetos down there. Seconds to go. But interesting. Blitzo, what did you say? You know what? Fair enough. Let's see how they do as coaches. And it's halftime, 2-0 for Grenada. But it's mostly Florida. Okay, no, there were some in Tennessee, fair enough, but we went to Kroger instead. When we were in Tennessee, we went to Kroger instead because that's what you do as a Southerner. If there's a Kroger around, you go to a Kroger. If you're a Floridian, I guess Publix is the same way, even though I think Kroger owns Publix. So either way. But again, I'm a redneck. Kroger is better than Walmart. There was a Kroger in Tennessee, in Nashville, and Sevierville. Whenever we were in those two places, we went to a Kroger. Even though I think there was a Publix in Sevierville, but we went to Kroger because that's what you do. It's what you do. It's what you do. Even though I think Kroger owns Publix anyway, so. Raising Cane's is awesome. It depends on how. It depends on how. If they lose like they did against Mexico, I'll be pissed. If they lose like they did against the USA 2 years ago, I'll be pissed. In the Nations League. It depends on how they lose. But very likely, yes. Very likely, yes. Very likely, yes. Kroger owns Fred Meyer's as well. Yeah. It's the other way around. Well, good for you. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 2-0 at the half for Grenada. Sit tight, be back. Because they did. I was only 2 months old when they won it. I can't exactly tell you, and I can't really find highlights either from 2000. So they did. I mean, that 2000 team was pretty solid, though, if you look at the names on it. Either way, we'll be back. Back for the stats at the half. We got 76% possession to 24% possession, 11 shots to 2. I can't believe Bahamas has 2 shots. 5 shots on target to 0. We have 223 accurate passes, 87% to 49. 57%. Oh my God. 11 fouls to 2. 6 corners to 0. 11 shots to 2. 5 shots on goal to 0. We have 257 pass to 86. 87% pass accuracy to 57. We have 21 throws to 5, 1 offside to 0, 0 yellow cards, 0, 0 red cards, 0, 2-0 Grenada. Grenada is beating the crap out of the Bahamas. Let's just be real. That's about as much as I could say. They're kicking their ass. They're kicking their ass. This is they are getting stomped out. Stomped out situation. Bahamas has no chance in hell of getting a point, let alone winning this game. Grenada will hold on. I think we don't have to wait for the second half to be played to say what happens. Bahamas look absolutely horrible. Like, barely any time on the ball. Barely any time on the ball. Barely any time on the ball. It is legitimately a horrible game for Bahamas. Barely any shots. They have 2 shots, which I'm shocked. I'm legitimately shocked they have 2. Two shots, but that's it. No goals. No goals. No shots. Okay. So we'll see how the second half goes. But again, there ain't much to talk about, but Bahamas looks like trash. Grenada looks like they're going to win this game. Now the question is how much more do Grenada put past? But we have one more half to go. We'll review the game once it's over. And then we have Friday. We have what? Thursday off. Thoughts on the current state of the Yankees? I mean, they look solid. They look solid. Do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. They look solid. I mean, what else can I say? Memo Ochoa is going to the Gold Cup. Okay. Starting three goalkeepers from Mexico: Luis Malagón, Talarangel, Guillermo Ochoa. The defenders: Sanchez, Reyes, Montes, Vasquez, Orozco, Gallardo, Chavez, and Araujo. Okay. The midfielders: Alvarez, Charlie Rodriguez, Eric Lira, Luis Chavez, Mora, Marcel Ruiz. Oh, he finally got a call up. Wow. Finally. Forwards: Piojo Alvarado, Orbelín Pineda, Santi Jimenez, Raúl Jimenez, Angel Sepulveda. Oh, they actually called up Sepulveda. Wow, awesome. Alexi Vega, Chino Huerta, Quiñones, and Alvarez. I would think that's Julian Quiñones, but that might be. We'll see. That's either I would think. Okay. With that being said, fair enough. Losing 3-0 to Cleveland. Well, I didn't know the Yankees were doing that, but you lose. You can't win every game in baseball. Now, if the Blue Jays are losing and they can't capitalize, well, that sucks. We're going to find out. And they're losing. Shit. And they're losing. Shit. So the Blue Jays are frauds. Speaking of, hearing the Leafs are one of several teams that have reached out about potentially signing Jonathan Toews. Why? No. And the second half has started. I hope the Leafs don't sign Jonathan Toews. Now, if the Leafs trade for Vladimir Tarasenko, that I'll accept. Jonathan Toews, what, had 2 years out of the freaking NHL? Okay. And the Leafs want to sign him. Okay. Also, let's not forget, I hate Chicago. When it comes to NHL, I hate Chicago, so it's going to take me a while to... If the Leafs do sign Jonathan Toews, and he does well, it'll take me a while to warm up to him. It's like when I saw Patrick Kane and Vladimir Tarasenko play together on the Rangers. That was ugly. That was ugly. That was weird. That was weird. '46th minute, 2-0 for Grenada. Playing forward. Here comes Grenada. They have a chance here. Somewhat good defense by Bahamas. He's going to Winnipeg. That's my prediction. What do you think, Dylan? Jonathan Toews to Winnipeg. What do you think? I don't think that really helps anything, but okay. But then again, if they're going to lose Ehlers, I still think Winnipeg has a better chance of keeping Ehlers than the Leafs do Marner. But the Jets actually probably want to keep Ehlers. Problem is, the Jets actually want to keep Ehlers, I would think. He didn't totally torch his whole freaking fan base at the end of it. Playing forward is Grenada, chipped over. Good clearance by Bahamas, or at least somewhat. Playing forward. I mean, if the Leafs picked up Ehlers, I would be happy with that move. I think it's slightly possible. But I don't want to see Marner be back with the Leafs. Like, I hope Mitch Marner goes somewhere else. Especially if he, like, signs a big deal in, like, Chicago or something. If you couldn't win on the Leafs, you certainly can't win in Chicago. That's out for a goal kick. But whatever. Personally, and it seems like Sam Bennett's either going to pick Florida or Toronto. It's either or for Sam Bennett. Honestly, the problem with Sam Bennett is he would get suspended way more from the shitty pulls while playing for the Leafs. So I don't know what that helps anyway, but also, one thing I really want from the Leafs this offseason is an 8x8 contract for Matthew Nyes. 8 years, $8 million per for Matthew Nyes. If they don't, that's what they need to do. Forget the bridge deal. 8 years, $8 million for Matthew Nyes per. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see, what else? Personally, trade for Tarasenko, sign Matthew Nyes, sign Marchand or Bennett. Try to trade Morgan Riley, see what happens there. Probably nothing. Keep Tavares. Keep John Tavares. And get rid of Yarncroke and Kampf. Like, if your four centers are Austin Matthews, John Tavares, Sam Bennett, and Scott Lawton, y'all have an embarrassment of riches. Let's be real. Let's be real. That's an amazing four centers. Like, you can't not have a better line of centers, a spine for a team, than those four. To be real. I don't think you could. Like, Tavares, Matthews, Tavares, Bennett, and Lawton. Free kick for Bahamas. Let them kick this free kick, then I will. .52nd minute. Free kick for the Bahamas. Ball crossed in. Saved! Oh, what a save. Tried to curl it in. Corner. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antone. Everything that I got is just what I got on. When that sun is high in the Texas sky, I'll be bucking it to county fair. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo, I'll be there. Also, Mexico men's national team planning a visit to Yankee Stadium. Well, that's crazy. I mean, they'll sell it out. I don't think those players will really want to play on that pitch, but they'll sell it out. Especially if they play like Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic during that friendly. If they do that, that's a stroke of genius. 53rd minute. Top of the 5th. Bases loaded for the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, yep, no. Yeah, that game's over. 1 out. Yeah, there's no way they get out of that. Well, I guess a double play, but playing forward, Grenada. 2-0. Yeah, nothing's happened in the second half. This might be the first thing to happen. Tackle! Oh, no, the keeper left it alive. You can't do that. And Bahamas get away with that one. Bahamas get away with that one. Playing forward. Bahamas got away with that one. Giveaway. Out for a throw. Wow. Scotty Barnes is going to play for Jamaica's national basketball team. Awesome. Good for him. Playing forward. But yeah, I mean, I like that. I think it's cool that Mexico is going to try to play in New York. I just think Yankee Stadium might be the worst way to do it. Well, might as well just wait till freaking NYCFC Stadium gets built. You might as well wait. Playing forward, 56th minute. Yeah, this game's pretty much done and dusted. Let's be real. I think everybody understands that. I mean, Grenada 2-0. This thing is over. Oh. Playing forward. Shot! Wide goal kick for Bahamas. Playing forward. '57th minute. Playing forward. Grenada still has it. Cross in, header! And it goes in! It goes in! Back of the net! 3-0! Grenada score a third! And that will be Francois. Keyshawn Francois scores the tap-in. The header falls just in front of the keeper, and Keyshawn Francois scores to make it 3. That was bound to happen. Keyshawn Francois, 58th minute. '58th minute. No VAR, so that's going to count. 58th minute. 3-0 for Grenada. Bahamas just rage quit. This ain't FIFA. They have to play the last 32 minutes. I don't know what's worse, the header for the first goal or that. The second goal was, you can't really do anything about that. I mean, their defender got blown by. The ball was kept alive. It goes inside the post. Yeah, the header was bad, and that was worse. A header that falls in front of a goal-hanging striker that's somehow onside because of no VAR. Goal. Disneyland tickets, $400 for 2 days. Damn. I mean, I'd expect the Orlando one to cost that much. The freaking LA one, Anaheim one cost that much. Jesus. Jesus. Krispy Kreme. Easy. Now, no, Krispy Kreme is still better than Tim Hortons. I love Timbits, but the coffee at Tim Hortons sucks. The rest of the food has fallen off in quality so hard. It's probably the second. I don't know. McDonald's and Tim Hortons have gotten so much worse in quality over, I don't know, the past, like since the pandemic. Like, it's, I don't even want McDonald's anymore, you know? Like, Timbits are still fine, but the coffee for Tim Hortons has fallen off a cliff. The other foods have fallen off a cliff. Timbits are still, that's like the one thing they know they could sell, and nobody's, well, I won't complain about, but that's the one thing they got to make sure is still tip-top shape. Like, McDonald's and Tim Hortons have fallen off so badly. It's not even funny. Krispy Kreme, though. Fair. I also really don't go there for the coffee. I don't really go to Dunkin' Donuts for the coffee either, you know? Besides, you can get way more at Starbucks or... Yeah. So do that what you will. Foul. Well, we want a cup isn't so bad to chant, comparatively. Fair enough. And I still like Krispy Kreme donuts more than Dunkin' Donuts. Free kick for Bahamas, 62nd minute. Plays back True. Like, Krispy Kreme donuts are very good, though. Like, Krispy Kreme donuts are high quality. Like, they don't... Playing forward, 63rd minute. Wendy's, okay. I've never been to Aruba Wendy's, but Wendy's, I gotta disagree with you there. Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, fair enough. Taco Bell, I don't have a problem with Taco Bell. It's not authentic Mexican, but I'll eat Taco Bell if I ain't got much time. You know? Again, it's another one of those things where it's not the best, but like if you're going, it eats quickly. You don't have much time. It's one of those times where you ain't got much time to cook or not much time to go out of your way to some other Mexican restaurant to get actual tacos. You go to Taco Bell. Wendy's, I think it's definitely better than McDonald's. And I think Wendy's is more realistic or more authentic, or it seems more real, the quality of the food, than like McDonald's. DQ is pretty good. DQ is pretty good. Maybe Aruba's just suck. I've never been to them. I've never been to a Wendy's in Aruba. I've never been there. Hey, look if Indiana's playing there while you're there. See, well, they wouldn't be as low as 17 if Caitlin Clark was coming there. That's true. If Caitlin Clark was going to LA to play the Sparks, those tickets wouldn't be as low as $17. Maybe you could get lucky, though, and find some cheap tickets. Oh, yeah, that kind of is contact clues. It's some random ass game. It's some random ass WNBA game if they're as low as $17. It's not the Fever. It's not Indiana. Fair enough. It's not too bad. Seattle Storm, yeah, they got some players. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the prices would tell you if it's Indiana. Yeah, 17. Yeah, that's maybe $17 for nosebleeds. What about Chicago Sky? Still $17. I think that's disrespectful, though. I do think Angel Reese is a pretty good player. But I do think Angel Reese is a pretty good player. And yes, she does deserve her flowers. I agree with that. I do believe Angel Reese deserves her flowers. But I still believe the WNBA overall is very, very hateful towards Caitlin Clark. Like they are so short-sighted, you know? Like the way that the WNBA, the players and the coaches in the WNBA treat Caitlin Clark is legitimately short-sighted. It is short-sighted and horrible. Because Caitlin Clark, like, even though Messi is failing hard in MLS, at least MLS players, at least MLS players give Messi the respect he deserves. Like, I've never seen goal for the Oilers. Let's go. Go, Big Ol'. I've never seen an MLS player treat Messi like shit. Like, I've seen almost Leon Draisaitl scores for the Oilers. Let's go. That's instant. Go, Big Ol'. 3 subs for Grenada, or is it actually 2? It's actually 2. I will say, I don't understand it because, like, the closest thing you can compare, Zay Douglas for Keyshawn Francois is one of the subs. And the other sub is Charles Cook for Joshua Isaac. Bahamas making 2 subs. Can these guys do anything better? No. I don't understand it because Caitlin Clark is basically the Messi effect for MLS. And I'd say most players in MLS aren't as talented as Messi, but you don't see people calling Messi out his name. You don't see people trying to freaking break Messi's legs on tackles. You don't see people trying to shit on Messi. Like, the players in MLS are grateful he's here. If anything, I think Don Garber is the one who's fumbling all this. Like, yeah, Messi and Miami have choked incessantly. They've been frauds incessantly. But the players are grateful Messi is here. The league hasn't grown as much as it should because Don Garber's an effing idiot. Actually, no, pardon my French. It's a little bit too early for this, but Don Garber's a fucking idiot. That's the problem. That's the problem. Like, Messi should do more for this league. He should. Like, the way that the WNBA gives Caitlin Clark attention, MLS tries to do that, but at least WNBA turns over their impression rate. You know what I'm saying? Don Garber's a fucking idiot who truly doesn't know how to get people to stay, especially when it comes to this Messi stuff. Yeah, he knows how to get people's eyes on it. Yeah, but it's a lot easier to watch the CONCACAF games that Miami played than the MLS games. I'm not saying Apple TV sucks, but are people going to spend money to watch Messi's games? And then, of course, the fact you can't pirate it because Apple TV's locked down like Fort Knox. Oh, here's a chance for Grenada. That's offside. I don't get it. I agree, but I've never seen an MLS player jealous of Messi. Now, also calling Don Garber a fucking idiot is fair because he's legit fumbling Messi. Like, no, I'm not saying that Miami losing the games they've lost is Garber's fault. What I am saying is Garber could legitimately, MLS could be so much bigger right now. They could. MLS could be so much bigger right now. Like, it's nuts. Like, Garber has legitimately fumbled the bag. But then again, and I'll give Garber his credit. Cool. Like, Don Garber, when he first became the commissioner, he was all business. This league needed a businessman to stabilize it and start the growth. He did that. He is not a football man. We do not need a commissioner who's a businessman anymore. No, not anymore. We need a football guy who understands the sport. That's a goal for Grenada. 4-0. 4-0 for Grenada. Cross in and popped in at the doorstep. Yeah, that's idiotic. But again, 4-0 for Grenada. Ball crossed in. Johnson's on fire. Well, ball crossed in. Douglas crosses into Joshua Isaac. Joshua Isaac just came on and scored a goal. Yeah, that's about how it's supposed to be going for Bahamas. So the two substitutions link up Zay Douglas and Joshua Isaac. Bahamas suck. They do. 72nd minute. Four 0. There it is. There ain't much more, right? There can't be. Oh, there's a crowd, finally. Oh, EA Sports say the Oilers are going to win the cup. Look. Playing forward back to the... Cool. Playing forward, 74th minute. Back to the goalie. But, again, I legitimately believe that MLS, the players are thankful that Messi's in the league. Don Garber legit's fumbling it so hard. Rockies swept Miami today. Well, shit, that's 3 wins. 13 wins, good for them. Or 12, actually, 12. 74th minute. $74 minutes, 15 minutes to go. I legit believe. Speaking of other results, St. Vincent 5-0 up on Anguilla. It could be worse. Bermuda Cayman Islands. Bermuda 3-0 up on the Cayman Islands. It could be. Well, no, it is worse. Well, yeah. But I'm talking about the MLS itself. Liga MX, I mean, they benefit, but they're not the ones who mainly benefit from Messi. I'm talking about the MLS themselves. Don Garber's a damn idiot. He's not good enough. Like, he's not good enough to actually grow the league. Like, actually grow it to where, like, break the glass ceiling. And the ideas that he has to grow the league won't grow the league. Like, moving the MLS to a European schedule will not grow the league. I'm sorry. It's delusional. Get rid of the salary cap or absolutely grow it to like $75, $80 million salary cap per year and get rid of the roster rules that nobody understands. That grows the league. Probably more games on actual TV. That grows the league. A European schedule because reasons? No, that does not grow the league. That might hurt it, especially northern-wise. Now, I know LA and Miami are warm all year. I know you could be like, hey, we could play games here all year. Like, that's what we care about. By the time you start that European time schedule, Messi's going to be gone anyway. 5-0. 5-0 for Grenada. Ball crossed in and tapped in. And that is a goal for Harak. Caden Harak steps up to score. Ball crossed in once again from Douglas. And Harak's right there to bang it in. 5-0. Fair enough. Caden Harak, 77th minute. $5-0 for Grenada. Douglas with 2 assists. Isaac with a goal. Charles Cook with 2 assists. Johnson with a goal. Francis with a goal and assist. Harak with a goal. Grenada are back in the thick of things. This is a hard watch. The game or me? I would hope the game. +1 goal differential for Grenada. Trinidad's got to beat St. Kitts at this point. They have to beat St. Kitts. And then they play Costa Rica. Grenada's already played Costa Rica, the game. Okay, cool. Grenada's already played Costa Rica. They play St. Kitts after, on Tuesday, they play. Grenada plays St. Kitts. Trinidad plays St. Kitts. And then Costa Rica. Ay, ay, ay. +2 goal differential, actually, for Grenada. Trinidad has to beat the ever-loving bejesus out of St. Kitts if they want any chance to advance. And then I think they're playing in Costa Rica. That's going to be ugly. Trinidad could beat Costa Rica. If it's in Trinidad, yeah, possibly. It's in Costa Rica. That's going to be hard. It's hard to win in Costa Rica if you're not Costa Rica. So, do with that what you will. Trinidad also lost to Jamaica 3 times in a row. They lost to Saudi Arabia. They lost to Ghana. Do that what you will. Also, they beat Cuba, drew Cuba. September, they drew to French Guiana, lost to Honduras. They beat the Bahamas. They drew Grenada. They beat Guyana in May, 2 friendlies. They lost to Canada in March of 24. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. Beat St. Kitts and see what happens there. And then Grenada plays St. Kitts. So basically, here's the good news. If you're Trinidad, Grenada has to basically equal the amount of goals you score against St. Kitts. Even if Grenada wins, I mean, he's not going to start. I think it's crazy, but he ain't going to start. So, 81st minute. So, do that what you will. But basically, if you're Trinidad on Friday, you have to beat St. Kitts by a lot to have any chance to advance to the 3rd round. Yeah, he's still playing. Malagon's still probably going to play over him. But right now, Trinidad still has a goal differential lead on Grenada. Grenada plays St. Kitts as well on Tuesday. So basically, if you're Trinidad, you have to win by more over St. Kitts than what Grenada does. Now, with that being said, or just hope St. Kitts beats Grenada or draws them. If that happens, no worries, no matter what happens on Tuesday. Yeah. McDavid hit the post. Damn. 82nd minute. I just hope there's no stoppage time. We'll review this game once it's over. And there you go. 5-0 Grenada. $5-0. 10 days to the Club World Cup. 83rd minute. I think, true, St. Kitts ain't a freaking... St. Kitts don't suck. Not as bad as Bahamas do. Like, Grenada and St. Kitts are a lot closer to each other than Bahamas and Grenada. So that's the good news. But I think Trinidad is still better than St. Kitts. That's the good news. Also, speaking of, where is Grenada playing St. Kitts? Let's find out. They are playing in St. Kitts on Tuesday. Okay, so, yeah, St. Kitts might get a result off of them. And if that happens, as long as Trinidad beats St. Kitts, doesn't matter what happened against Costa Rica, you advance. And Bahamas still probably going to get curb stomped by Costa Rica. So, yeah. Carroll off for Shamali. Lopez off for Mins. 84th minute. So, overall, it could be worse. Could be worse. Playing forward, 84th minute. But again, Grenada, blocked. Shot, save. That could have been 6. That was ugly. Playing forward, 86th minute. Well, 85-20, but I hope there's no extra time. Just end it. Just end this game. Here's another chance for Grenada. Cross. Not good enough. Back to the top of the 6-yard box. Back to the penalty spot. That was a little bit sloppy, but you know what? $86 minutes. 5-0. Daniel with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much. See what your last comment was. As I said, yeah, I think so. I think that's it. I answered it, but yeah, I think so. I don't. I just hope so. I just hope he does. I'm just hoping for anything, really, when it comes to the Jays. Speaking of, yeah, let's check that Phillies Jays score. Did it get bad? Did it get worse? And it did. Oh, no, it's 1-1. It's 1-1 Toronto, Philly. How? So they got out of that jam. The good news is they got out of that jam. Fortunately, that was the right call. 1-1. 1-1 between Edmonton and Florida. Let's see how the Jays do it. Oh, they took out Jose Barrios for Chad Green. Yeah, that's going to end badly. Oh, he got a strike. Wait, no, it's not a strikeout yet. Bo Bichette tripled. Andres Jimenez scored off a triple. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Save. Top of the 7th. 1-1. '88th minute. 2 minutes to go. Hopefully no stoppage time. Our luck, probably. Play forward, blocked away. Out for a throw, 89th minute. 2-2. Panthers are winning 2-1. 2-1. Figured as much. Now it's 2-1 for Florida. Sam Bennett scored. And Carter Verhage got the assist on the goal. Brad Marchand scored on the power play. There you go. '89th minute, 30 seconds to go. Marchand scored. Yep. Off the power play. Header. Goal! Goal! 6-0. Header in to the near post. And there you go. Joshua Isaac with his second goal. Ball crossed in. Joshua Isaac was right there to... No, it wasn't. It was Sadrell Lewis who scored. My bad. Sadrell Lewis. Mercy rule. Well, no stoppage time is really the mercy rule. Sadrell Lewis scores the header. Six 0. 4 minutes of stoppage time. You are evil. Cleveland pitching is... Cleveland pitching can have a no-hitter. They're heating up. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Goal kick. 4 minutes of stoppage time in this game. You are evil. You are evil. 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 Make them play. Oilers are on the power play. Well, that was 2 minutes ago. Two minutes in. Four on four. A 4-on-4. Corey Perry chipped Reinhardt, of course. 2 minutes in. Touchdown. Well, let's see if they got the extra point. 2 minutes to go. Four on three. Edmonton's on a power play again. 4-on-3. What the hell? 2:19. 4-on-3 power play. Ekblad minor penalty. 2 minutes. So there you go. Playing forward. Grenada. This might be the extra point. Shot wide. Don't see that too often. If you talk about the 5-on-3, definitely not in the Stanley Cup final. 1 minute to go, or 40. Oilers going right back to the power play. 1:19 left on the 4-on-3 for the Oilers. Come on, score. That dude should have passed the ball. Fair, but you know what? Top of the box. Passes it. Here's a chance. Shot! Blocked! Right to the keeper's legs. They want that extra point. They might get it. At the penalty spot. Goes down. Runs into the keeper. Seconds to go. 3:58. Four minutes to go. Player down, hurt. Just blow the whistle. Goal kick. Full time. 6-0 for Grenada. That extra bit of stoppage time was evil. Grenada gets the 6-0 win. They are within striking distance for a World Cup second round spot qualifier. Second round spot. +3 goal differential. They play St. Kitts. Trinidad also plays St. Kitts. And then they play Costa Rica after. You will have to hope, if you're Trinidad, that you beat St. Kitts on Friday. We'll be live for that one. And then Grenada either draws or loses to St. Kitts when you lose to Costa Rica if you're Trinidad, or doesn't score enough to overtake your goal differential. You would hope so. With that being said, Grenada, they have a chance to advance to the third round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying for 2026 in the fall. If things go their way, which they might go their way. We're going to find out. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And yeah, there you go. We'll see how that goes. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.